All right. A threat to the world order. So let's talk about it. What is ChatGPT? In simple terms, the technical side, everybody can Google, figure that out, no big deal. It's simply a technology that is pretty much based on AI concept and machine learning to allow responses to simulate the same way humans can potentially also react. It uses different models that have been built. It extracts a lot of data. In this case, 570 gigabytes. Ladies and gentlemen, that is huge. That is insane. That is massive. 570 gigabytes is like, oh, you can imagine how many articles, books, Wikipedia, web text, research papers this thing has put together in billions of words. So the chatbot allows us to have interaction in a very effective way. And you guys will see it tonight. Really, this is crazy. It will blow your mind. Some of you are already using it. But the reason it's important, whatever field you are in on this call, understand the concept also. Use it for your own purpose. That's fine. And leverage it as an opportunity for yourself. I'll tell you one thing. If you check online, a lot of Asian community are pushing this big time. I've seen it, and in a lot of blogs, it's a big discussion there. So my goal is to make it within African community, Caribbean, to also make it something that is a big deal within our community also. We want our folks to know about it. At the minimum, have the knowledge, situational awareness, so that when you are in a meeting, somebody says, can you put together executive summary for a presentation tomorrow? You smile because that's probably what your colleague is going to do. So you have a leverage too. You know what everybody else is doing right now. All right, let's play in a fair field. Later in the future, let's, if there are regulations or whatever they want to do, that's a different story. For now, we're going to play the same game, okay? That's the goal at the end of the day. So let's keep it that simple. Tonight, the big one for me, we're going to talk and get into use cases. Then later I'll bring Demola to talk a little bit for us and give us some perspective. But the use cases are the big ones I want us to focus on so that you can see if some of those use cases applies to your own life. I'll run through some of the use cases. We go into demo and we start checking it in real time. It's crazy stuff, really crazy. First one, I'll talk about national defense. I'm into cybersecurity. I'm head of operation technology for a global consulting firm in North America here. And this is a big deal for us, right? Anything that has to do with defense, defensive posture, assessment within operation technology, critical infrastructure in the US, it's a big deal. For me, things that I care about is I want to know what are those key vulnerabilities within critical infrastructure in the US. That will be something I want to check and verify. For others, they're thinking of programming, cybersecurity work. Somebody else is thinking of legal work, healthcare work, personal project, whatever it is you want to publish a book. Every one of those elements are things you all will see tonight. It's crazy, crazy stuff. All right, let's go. All right, so some quick technical demos. And don't worry, if you're not a technical person here, don't sweat it, don't care. I'll just run a few things for us to start seeing that, boy, this is insane stuff. So let's take, for example, and if you guys don't mind, I'll do live demos so that we can kind of see in real time, so that you can appreciate a little bit and see that this is some mad, crazy stuff that was not there before, really. So let's give an example. In my old world, I did some work around running SQL queries. We build databases, so I need to run queries a lot. So because of that, sometimes I need complex queries, right? We use SQL, structural query language. It's just a command language to run queries, right? Some of you are already doing it. But you'll see tonight, I can use a tool like this ChatGPT to give me some script to quickly run. So I'll show you real quick. Let's quickly. One thing I would like us to do, just to show you guys, if you don't mind, let me copy the link to the chat. If you have a second, you can just start playing around it also. The link is on the chat. Now it will ask you, do you want to log in with your Gmail? If you don't mind, use your Gmail to log in. It will make it easy for you. If you don't want to, somebody said it's already full. Yes, this night was crazy. A lot of people could not enter. But let me show you guys. I was lucky. I've been one of the people that probably made you guys not have access to, but don't worry, just look at my screen. All right, let me share my screen. You can see my screen. Let me give you guys my screen to share. Then you see. This is what the screen looks like, ladies and gentlemen. All you're doing is you're asking this chat questions. So let me type, for example. So one of the questions I wanted to ask in our use cases would be generate SQL query to sort inventory data by types. So I'll come here. Let me type that same question here, right? And I'll click go. So one thing I'll tell you guys, this is crazy. Look at everybody. Look at this. It's giving you the specific queries. Now you can get into details. You can make it go into more complex details if you want it to. But look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody's going to ask me, okay, what is the difference between this and Google? Ladies and gentlemen, Google is, my friend Demola is going to say, he said, ChatGPT makes Siri and Alexa looks like illiterate, because this is going to get it into details for you guys. It's insane, crazy. So look at this. This is programming. So for you that are developers, it's giving you ideas. Let me put some extra code on development. Let's say generate script for Splunk. For some of you that are into cyber security, look at this, everybody. Let me just show some crazy use case here. Let me type another one. It will just start generating code for you on importing logs from different sources to Splunk. This is crazy, guys. And don't worry, if you're not a developer, don't care. I'm coming to you. Let me start with my technical folks, just to show you how your life is easy. So if you have a colleague at work and they are trying to be smart because they went to use GPT, and you are struggling, ladies and gentlemen, don't do that again. Come here also. It's a fair game. Everybody's going to use it, and we will leverage it together at this point, okay? So let me take another one, then I'll use other use cases that are not technical, okay? For my SAP folks in the world of SAP, right? I can sneak in something for us just because I'm an SAP guy, my old world. Let me just sneak that in. So for example, I'm stuck and I'm trying to figure out some key transaction code to work on, certain implementation. I can come here, just type it in. It's going to give it to me. Now, let me tell you the one that blew my mind. Ladies and gentlemen, this is crazy stuff. This blew my mind. Imagine you and everybody here, especially if you're in leadership role, you have to submit a report to your leadership tomorrow, right? And you're looking for an executive summary. Later in the next week, I would have like a information session for people that want to do my upcoming program in January 28th. I have like a workshop before that. And let me show you something you guys are going to use. For example, this is crazy. So normally when you are doing assessment, you want to have an executive summary because you are submitting it to leadership. It can be third-party risk management. It can be data governance, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Now look at this. This is crazy. Look at this. I'm going to say, provide, always use the word sample so that it will not ding you. Provide sample executive summary for NIST 853 assessments. This is awesome. I mean, if you're in leadership, you would get what I mean here, or if you're in lead role, this is crazy stuff. It will just give you some very cool example. So what you just do is to copy the example and leverage it immediately. This is lovely. I love this. You don't know how much this is a big deal. Really, this is amazing. This is super awesome. Super, super awesome. If this is all I personally get from stuff like this, bingo, this is priceless, because what this has done is that you can come up with an executive summary of a report and start massaging it to present to your board, C-level executive at any point in time. And let's say it's not this. I may say I'm doing like a risk assessment, third-party risk assessment, executive report. Remember, when you are done with all these things you have to submit report, right? And I don't know your world. You might be in the healthcare and you need to submit a report on certain procedures, whatever it is. This is it for you. This is amazing. Now let's jump to folks that are in the world of clinical research. I have some folks on this call that are in the world of clinical research. So let's say, for example, you want to you're going for what we call a site initiation visit. You can come here and say, what are the steps to conduct a site initiation visit? Let's try that, people. Steps to conduct a site initiation visit in clinical research. So look at this, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to give you description, summary to make you feel it, what the whole thing is about, and it will start listing the specific steps to you. This is crazy. It's going to tell you what to do, review the protocol before the visit, prepare the necessary documentation. My folks in the world of research, this is a gold mine also. It doesn't have to be this. If you're writing a report, let's say you're writing a safety report. Probably you'll not write it, but if somebody needs guidance on writing a safety report, come here, and this will streamline your work, your stress, in terms of having to think about going to start exploring from multiple sources from Google. This is crazy, guys. Let me take another one, another use case that we can quickly sneak in. Let's go to some other ones out there. Now, let me tell you one thing. Now, it doesn't allow us to do crazy things, right? So I can say, if you want to say top malware out there, it will tell you, well, sorry, we don't, so you have to find a way to coin it so that it will not sound illegal. So we don't do illegal stuff here, right? So we just want to make sure it's ethical stuff we're doing here. So let's take, for example, I need stuff like this. I may ask a question like, provide top 10 known vulnerabilities in healthcare. I may say known cyber vulnerabilities in healthcare. So again, it's going to be, so you can see it's going straight to the point, ladies and gentlemen. Then I might even, I could say, and the remediation, meaning tell me the top ones in healthcare and the fixes. It will automatically start giving you that information in real time. Let me pause. If somebody wants to type one or two things in the chat that you want us to do quick research, then you can see how it works.